On Sunday, Bam Knight made his NFL debut in the regular season. It went well. I want to talk about it. Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary, back with another video. Today I'll be talking about Bam Knight, his impact, and what his role could be going forward. Before we get started today, I just wanted to mention you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. And if you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast. So today's video doesn't have a sponsor, but I just wanted to talk to you about America's Vet Dogs. Today is Giving Tuesday. If you don't know what Giving Tuesday is, it's kind of like a social media movement based on, charity and giving. It's always the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, and a charity that I like to give to and donate to around this time is America's Vet Dogs. They are a local charity here on Long Island. They're located in Smithtown, and they do wonderful work. What they do is they train these guide dogs and these service dogs, and they pair them with disabled veterans and disabled servicemen and women. And there's a lot that goes into training these animals, and it's a very, very expensive process. So they really need help in training the animals and getting them to a point where they could, provide the service necessary to, our heroes who served the country. So that's the charity that I'll be supporting this year. I've worked with them a bunch in the past. They do really awesome stuff. So just wanted to shout them out for Giving Tuesday and bring more awareness to what they do as a local charity. So I'll link that down as a pinned comment too, if you want to get in and support as well. All right, so Bam Knight, what an impressive debut for him. He wasn't necessarily expected to play. At least that came as a surprise when he was active. So let's break it all down. Obviously, Breece Hall gets hurt a few weeks ago. The Jets go out and they trade for James Robinson. And Robinson's kind of gotten off to a slow start with the Jets. He's been a little bit banged up. So I was curious if it was the injury still lagging or nagging him rather. But supposedly Robert Saleh just wanted Bam Knight's run style because he's kind of a one-cut guy, which is, kind of like what Tevin Coleman was in his prime. But at this point in Tevin Coleman's career, not really that same guy. But for Robinson, 25 carries, 75 yards, 3 yards per carry, and had a receiving touchdown. So it hasn't been a stellar debut for him. Jets didn't give up a lot for him. So even if he doesn't play another down for the Jets, which I don't think is going to happen, it's still, you took a flyer on a proven running back for a late round pick that you got for Blake Cashman. After losing Breece Hall to injury, that's a move that you make and you don't think twice about. So it's not that, this is Joe Douglas like admitting defeat or admitting a mistake or whatever. It's really, again, just it was a necessary move. But for Bam Knight, 14 carries, 69 yards, 3 catches, 39 yards. As an undrafted free agent, immediate impact. And it just felt like any time he touched the football, good things happen. And I really liked Bam Knight in the preseason. I was rooting for him to make this roster. I thought there's a chance that he could be RB3 behind Breece Hall and Michael Carter, but now he might have a little bit more of a role on this team going forward because Michael Carter's banged up right now. He's questionable. I think it'd be difficult for him to play this week. If he does, fantastic, but he might even be limited in that capacity. He might be banged up and miss some time, and if that's the case, enter Bam Knight. And like I said, we saw it in the preseason, man. He had 15 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown in the preseason. He was fantastic, I thought, in the preseason. He, just anytime he touched the ball, like I said earlier, it felt like good things were happening. And while I think going forward, I don't think he's going to, unseat Breece Hall or Michael Carter, but can he be a long-term RB3 on this team? Yeah, absolutely. And it probably wouldn't cost you a whole lot comparatively. I know people thought, okay, maybe James Robinson's going to be a part of this bunch if Breece Hall, recovers slowly from his injury. But even if that's not the case, it just shows that, Bam Knight and the depth that the Jets have, and Joe Douglas being able to find yet another valuable piece as an undrafted free agent. Just a few years ago, it was Bryce Huff, who was this big undrafted free agent who's had an immediate impact. And we're talking about Huff getting an extension from this Jets team, deservedly so. But, going forward, I really like Bam Knight's explosiveness. I think he is worthwhile to keep on this roster. And with how he played on Sunday, I really don't know how you could possibly justify taking him out of the lineup, especially with, Michael Carter banged up. So would it surprise you if it's Bam Knight and Ty Johnson getting a majority of the carries this upcoming week? Not necessarily, no. I know James Robinson was traded for, and he has the pedigree of an 1,000-yard rusher, but he hasn't been nearly as effective since joining the New York Jets. So I would assume if Michael Carter is going to be inactive, that James Robinson will likely play. But how could you not give Bam Knight the football after that kind of performance, man? He was all over the field, had over 100 all-purpose yards in his first ever game. Talk about a productive start to his NFL career. I would like to see him continue to get more touches, and I think he's going to be active going forward for this team. And next year, like I said, when Breece Hall and Michael Carter are healthy, there's no reason that Bam Knight can't be a RB3 with some upside. Love the depth. Let me know your thoughts on Bam Knight down below in the comments. Once again, I am Matt O'Leary. Subscribe here if you're new. Give the video a thumbs up. Share with a friend. I'll talk to you next time.